연보성 선수가 이런 기세로 잡아내게 되면 오늘 16강 승자전까지 올라가서 16강을 연보성 선수 통과를 먼저 하는 선수도 될 수 있겠다.
And of course, this is a best of 3, so we will be going on to game 2 shortly, I believe, while we admire this old school projector.
자, 경기 준비 끝났습니다. 서킷 브레이커인데 연보성
projectors.
두 번째 매치입니다. 경기 가보도록 하죠.
Alright, game number 2. Oh, is apparently circuit breakers and not electric circuit. Okay, so it seems that they've changed the maps slightly for the round of 16. Actually, I wasn't aware of this. Let me go quickly have a look at the live report thread. Is that what this says? Oh, it's under construction. Is it finished construction? Hey, it's done. Okay. Okay, apparently we're going Mist, Circuit Breaker, and then New Sniper Ridge for the best of 3 series, with the best of 1 still being played on Circuit Breaker. So we're actually not having Fighting Spirit in the round of 16, which I'm sure some people will be happy about. I don't mind this too much because the maps they've chosen are actually quite good. Circuit Breaker and Sniper Ridge I think are pretty decent maps. Circuit Breaker in particular, at one point, I think a lot of people were saying would be like the new Fighting Spirit. Of course, that never happened, but it is a pretty nice map. So, looks like, oh, let me quickly do the overlay. C will be bottom right, sorry, bottom left. Whoa! And Movie will be bottom left. And there is Mr. C himself, apparently giving himself a pep talk in the game. Or maybe like one of his SCVs messed up and he's just cursing it out, you know, one or the other. I mean, it happens. So, Movie... Alright, so last game, of course, C played very well, defended the proxy essentially, and, you know, even though he had that slight mishap with the turret placement in the beginning, was completely fine. Hey look, we're on TV! We're on TV! Is it just me, or are the Korean girls, the few Korean girls that show up to the Salsa games, seem to be less shy than the Pro League ones? Like, in the Pro League, pretty much every girl just immediately hides her face. See, she's not hiding her face either. See? The Salsa girls are totally fine with being on camera. I guess that's what happens when you know, become like super hardcore dedicated fan here, because that's what, you know, that's what these remaining viewers of Sauceball are. Don't even care. Just here for the StarCraft, being on TV, that's cool too. It is a little bit weird without the face covering. Although that, to be fair, that second girl kind of instinctively brought her hand up to her face, but didn't do like the complete face cover. I don't know, just kind of thought better of it. Looks like we're gonna have a 1-Rax expand here from C. That's why he's building his buildings on the low ground. And notice the placement. So the command center is gonna go kind of to the top left of the barracks. So it's gonna form kind of like a diagonal-ish wall, which will help defend against any early aggression. And the Korean commentator is freaking out because the probe almost got cornered there, but no such luck. Anyway, we do actually have a Zealot coming out here for Movie. I mean, I imagine he actually built that before seeing what was going on. And ooh, that probe's gone to 9 o'clock. I think we might have a proxy robo again. I think we have a high likelihood of another proxy robo here. Despite the failure in the last game, I mean well, might as well try again. It was still moderately successful. He got quite a few kills. Shouldn't really say it was a failure. And Proxy Robo is quite powerful against 1-Rax Expand because your tech is late, you don't have that many tanks covering your mineral lines, and obviously Marines aren't really going to do that much. So yeah, let's see how this works out. Now this Proxy actually, so last game the Proxy was like below the main, so he went into the main first. This time obviously it's much closer to the natural. Although it's also not in a protected location because Circuit Breaker is a lot more of a standard map. You don't have those weird places that are inaccessible by by ground. So, you know, C, when he finds out this is there, he can easily go over and deal with it. But it is quite close, as you can see, to his natural. So, yeah, we're basically going to see a similar situation to what we saw last game. But I would imagine C is slightly more familiar with Circuit Breaker than he is with Mist, so perhaps the scouting and the turret placement will be a little bit better. And you can see, oh yeah, busted. So C knows exactly what's going on. He knows. Oh no, he got the probe as well. Oh man, the probe couldn't get out. It was stuck between the buildings. He just didn't react fast enough to put it to minerals so it could slide out. Ooh, that is unfortunate. I mean, I guess he's gonna build the sport bay in his man anyway, so it doesn't matter. But oh, he's not gonna do it. Oh, he's changed his mind. He figured since it's scouted, he's just gonna go observers, and he's not actually gonna do it. Huh. That is interesting, but it's kind of an awkward situation. I mean, basically he's saying, well, you know, since it's been scouted, C is almost certainly going to put up sufficient defenses. So the best thing he can do is actually just not do it, hope that C over defends, like makes too many turrets and plays too passively, and then lets Movie just, you know, do something else and kind of try and play a little bit of catch up. But I mean, like look at how late the expansion is for Movie compared to C. I mean, C already went for a 1 arch expand, which is pretty nice eco build. Nice little placement here of the buildings, by the way. Anyway, Observer just gonna come in here. I wonder if C can actually see that glimmer of the Observer and realize that Movie has skipped the Reaver. Most high-level Broodlord players can actually just see the glimmer anyway, especially these Korean guys. They're like, their eyes are just ridiculously sharp. So I bet C actually just saw that Observer and knows what's going on. I mean, he's still building the turret ring anyway, but he's not being so crazy about it. Yeah, you can see he's just immediately walking over here. He's not scared at all. I'm pretty sure if he thought there was a Reaver out, he wouldn't just go straight over here, because the Reaver could, you know, one shuttle on Reaver while micro could easily kill all those units. But he's just gonna take care of this. He's even siege moding up. Uh-oh, the ground units are coming in though. Oh man, I think C's gonna lose this initial force. 2 zealots and 3 goons is gonna beat this easy peasy. Whoops. Oh, he's going after the tank first. Doesn't really matter what he goes after first. Oh, it looks like C does target down a goon at least. But that was a bit of a mistake, I think. It was interesting because I don't think the attack against that pylon was necessarily wrong. Like, I would not have seen that attack from Movie coming either. So that was a pretty nice move there by Movie to just suddenly move out. He also had 2 zealots there, despite not going for the Reaver. I don't know if he made them before deciding not to go for the Reaver, but those actually helped quite a lot as well, I think, attacking the shots and stuff. I mean, regardless, even if you didn't have the zealots, I guess you would have just had 4 goons, and that was still would have taken care of business. But that was a nice little move there, at least, by Movie. See, if he just, you know, makes small moves like that, he can easily pull himself back. He's not even necessarily that far behind. I'm making it sound like he's really, really far behind, but he's not that far behind. Anyway, gonna repower this Robo. It looks a little bit far. I think it's still in range, though. It's always embarrassing when, you know, you get an unpowered building, you build a pylon to try and repower it, but then it's still out of range. Eesh. Anyway, looks like we got an armory on the way. There's something building on the inside of the main. I think it might be a 3rd command center to float out to the middle only. Totally guessing on that one though. And in the meantime, got some vultures skirting around. Looks like Movie's goon's gonna take care of business unless some vultures gonna speed by, but yeah, there's a pylon wall, so it's fine. And what do we have? Ooh, we got 2 base arbiter. Alright, good times, good times. Whoa, what is going on over here? C making a slight mistake here, not paying attention, losing a handful of vultures. Trying to sneak into the base, and yes indeed, that was a 3rd command center. Excellent, so my guess was correct. And oh, that probe is not gonna die. Oh no, it is gonna die. Oh man, the 2nd vulture came in from the top side. I guess he was checking out the top right bases. So no 3rd base for you, Mr. Prodos. Anyway, by the way, that observer, I'm not sure if that was actually in range of the command center. That's it's a little bit. I think it's slightly out of range. So I don't think that first observer sees it, but Movie's gonna see it shortly anyway. I mean, he sees the units moving out, sort of to defend this mineral only location. So pretty sure he knows what's going on. And interested to see what he's gonna do to deal with it. He's made 1 DT. He's gonna load up here to maybe just try and do some nice mine bombs or something. I mean, obviously there's turrets in the base and stuff, so you can't really just drop it in the main and do much damage that way. But, you know, because C is moving out to take his third, he could try and do a big mind bomb here. Alright, here we go. He's going to do it because his Ob sees the turret placement. And, oh, well, that one didn't work. He blew up the thing, though. Oh, and he's not going to get a mind bomb, but he's in the middle of the tanks. Oh, man. Oh, there's no scan! Oh, I did not realize there was actually no scan. Wow. He needs his turret to finish. Oh, God, the turret isn't going to finish. Oh, no, he needs it to finish this 1DD. Oh, no, there's one more turret in the back. Oh, man. Oh, there's the mind bomb we wanted to see. Fantastic. Unfortunately, the shuttle is now dead, DT and all, but that was pretty cool nonetheless. He got like 3 or 4 tanks there. Man, I did not think that was going to be that effective. I just completely missed the fact that C had skipped comsats entirely up to this point. Fantastic, fantastic. Meanwhile, Movie's double expanding. He's taking the 3 o'clock and the top right main base. And C, for whatever reason, doesn't have vultures patrolling up there anymore. It looks like, oh no, there is one actually that was just at the top right mineral. So he's going to go see the main base now. But there isn't too much that C can actually do about this. He's playing a slightly more passive TVP here. One thing I should point out though is that they aren't horizontal spawns, which means the attacking path is going to be slightly more troublesome for Movie when C actually eventually pushes out. Especially so, Movie also probably doesn't want to take that mineral only third. That's kind of on the inside in the mirror location where C's taking his third, because obviously that would be really, really close to the Terran and a little bit uncomfortable. So he's going to have to expand up the right side of the map instead. In the meantime, look like a few vultures coming up here. But a couple of goons should deal with that. Movie, I gotta say, has been doing a pretty good job of dealing with, or of warding away the vulture harass with his goons. His goon positioning has been quite nice, but it looks like, the rest of the positioning is not as nice. He just, the tanks, while the dragoons were distracted, just moved across the map. Although, does C still not have scan? Oh my god, there's no obs here, though. Oh, wow. So, oh no, there's an obs there, just not with the army. but apparently C still doesn't have comsat, just immediately had to back up from that army. If he could just scan that once, would have been able to take that. That was very interesting. Anyway, the top right base has been cleared out of vultures. C still keeping up with the vulture harass. I think due to the low number of obs, all these mines are doing a little bit more damage than they maybe should. Although that robe was repowered, so I don't know why there would be too few obs. It was only unpowered for a little while. And yeah, it looks like Movie's dealing with this now just fine. Although I see a few more vultures sneaking around the back. Oh, that pylon mod is not finished. It's not finished. It's not finished. No, it's not finished. Oh, that is not finished. Oh, that is uncomfortable. Oh, that is painful. Aish. Although he's being a little bit too fancy. I think he missed a couple of volleys there by trying to be cool. See, he definitely could have killed 2 more probes there if he just like shift right click the probes instead of being all micro-y. There is such a thing as too much micro. And got a random arbiter just chilling. Maybe he's waiting for recall. Oh, is he grouping up those units? He is. He's going for it. Ready? Recall! Wait, no. Wait, he's going to the main. Recall! Yeah, here we go. Right into the factories. C though does have most of the units already back home, so this isn't going to be too severe. And it's in fact probably not going to do anything. He's going to kill some units. He's going to kill some stuff. He still has a decent number of goons. He's killing some SCVs. He's actually forced a lift on the command center. Okay, actually, no, he had more units in the back. I'm sorry. So he's going to kill a good number of SCVs. Force a lift on the command center. But as you can see, C dealing with this fairly quickly and just going to resume mining. In the meantime, it looks like C's actually taking the 6 o'clock base. Or at least he's just got a whole bunch of stuff there. Hopefully with a command center. And I like this. So he's just going to expand along this outside, even though he's going to, well, because he's going towards Protoss, that's actually good. So he can sort of put pressure on with his forces while keeping his bases safe. In TVP, you actually want to expand towards your opponent, because you're expanding along the push path of your main army, which is strongest. Oh, waste. Waste.
다크를 셔틀에다가 쓴 판단이 너무 좋았고 아비터 둘에다가 하이 템플러도 나와 있고 드라곤을 아까 생산을 했습니다.
So we got a couple High Templars added into the mix now as well. Quite like that. Get some storms going. Looks like C's got the 6 o'clock base. So that means he's on 4 bases. Movie now getting his 5th base at the top right, natural. Might try a couple more recalls here, but he's got to be a little bit careful because the thing with recalls is if they get cleaned up very quickly and easily, like that one did, you know, you kind of just dropped, you know, 40 supply of units, and then the Terran can just immediately move out before you can actually replenish them. So you gotta be a little bit careful. But here we go, another recall, this time into the natural. Recall into the natural. Whoa, that is a huge recall as well. Oh my god. And looks like there's a couple of High Templars as well. Looks like grabbing some storms on the couple of leading units there, killing almost all the SEVs there at the natural as well. But it looks like the main army is again kind of in position there. But basically, oh no, it looks like a few SEVs survived, and they actually managed to save that armory as well. See, positioning these armies in this nice little location that make it difficult for them to get sniped by recalls. That's why you generally see Terrans nowadays place their armies at the natural instead of in the main. Because if you place them in the main, it's too easy for the Protoss to recall in there and just kill them off, and you lose your upgrades. Whereas it's a lot harder if they're in the natural. So yeah, these recalls are doing a decent amount of damage and also crucially buying a lot of time for Movie to get his bases up and allow him to max out and get additional gateways. Basically, in this late stage of PvT, you just want to delay the big Terran move out as long as possible. So by the time he does eventually move out, you have so much infrastructure that, you know, you can remax your army, you know, several times over very, very quickly. And the Terran can't really deal with that. So that's the thing to keep in mind with these recalls. Even if it looks like they might not necessarily be cost efficient, like, he lost a lot of units there in the natural recall, and yes, he killed a lot of SCVs, but clearly, you know, in terms of just pure resource exchange, C got the better of it there. But in terms of the time cost and the delay to the Terran, that was quite worth it for Movie, I think. So it looks like 1DT is going to poke around here. Probably not going to do too much. And in the meantime, the Protoss army is just running around, keeping the mines off the map. If you just take a brief glance at the minimap, notice, you know, there's basically no vision for C anywhere besides his own bases. He's got a couple of things at the top left, but Movie just doing a really good job keeping the vultures back, keeping the mines off the map. And that's quite good, because random mines on the map can really ruin your day, especially because when, you know, when there's a big engagement and, you know, you make all, you know, you lose half your army, you remake a whole bunch of zealots and just run them out. You know, you're not having obs with those units, you're not really paying as much attention to them, so it's very easy for a couple of random mines to blow up a whole bunch of units in those kinds of frantic situations. So making sure that the map is clear before the engagement happens is very, very important. And look at this, again can intercept a whole bunch of vultures at 12 o'clock. Movie, really nice goon positioning. And otherwise, we're basically waiting for C to actually max out and move out. There isn't too much Movie can do besides run around the map and clear mines and do the occasional recall. He can't, you know, actually attack any of these bases head on, I don't think. Could maybe try something at the 6 o'clock. I don't think it would really go well, though. It's kind of like in I think it was Mind versus Sky in the round of 32. It was Sky versus some Terran where he got in a really good position on this map and just kept suiciding his army into the 6 o'clock base and eventually lost the game, because these are pretty nice defensible positions. Yes, there's a bit of a high ground area here that you can maybe attack down, but it's very, very difficult. And here we go, C moving along the bottom side of the map. Notice it's a fairly narrow area here, not too much space for the Protoss to do too much. Nice stasis, grabbing 4 tanks. He's gonna have to capitalize though. His army isn't quite in good position. His army is actually in position to counterattack rather than deal with the attack head on, and it looks like that's probably what he's gonna do here. Does not actually want to fight the Terran army in that little corridor. It's not going to be easy, so he's going to just try and force it back. He's going into the middle only here with most of the Terran forces away. Looks like C, is he going to pull back or is he just going to keep going? I think he should pull back. He's close enough to pull back. Yes, looks like he is pulling back. Another big stasis on the Terran forces. forces, and these few units are getting cleaned up. C's main army is actually not going either direction. I have no idea what C is doing. Look on the minimap, the main army is just static at that mineral only outside the Protoss base. It should either be going to attack or defend. Okay, looks like it is actually moving forward here. A little bit slow, but he is now moving forward to start sieging down the Protoss. But man, this counterattack is going to do a lot of damage here. And even if he sieges down the Protoss main, Movie already has a whole bunch of new gateways at the top right. And, you know, he's like already mined out those his main and natural, so it doesn't really matter if he loses those compared to if C, you know, can't hold off his attack on his main. He has no second source of production, so that's gonna be really troublesome. And it looks like a whole bunch of zealots just running out. I think they just rallied out, but they're gonna take a couple of, oh my god! And it looks like a couple of High Templars wandering over to the 6 o'clock, gonna clear out all the SCVs as well. So Movie splitting up his forces slightly, just sending a few units to deal with the 6 o'clock. The natural is gone. The main looks like it's completely out of control. C has just lost control of the game here, and Movie with a very nice little counter attack there, and with some indecision from C is going to mean that I think we're going to see a third game. Very, very well done from Movie. And GG from C. Movie takes game number 2, and we're going to deciding game 3 to see who will move on to the winners match. Man, this is really funny. So Movie has done Proxy Reaver both games so far, and both times the harass hasn't been that great. I mean, this game he didn't even go for the Reavers eventually, but he still manages to pull it out. C not amused. I think he knows he was still in a decent position. He didn't have to lose that badly there at the end. I think he knows that was not great. Anyway, it looks like Movie's gonna leave the booth, so we might have a bit of a breather here before the next game.
부산에서 해결할 수는 없는 문제 아닙니까?
그렇죠. 옆에 뭐 물병을 놓고 할 수도 없고요.
아, 그럼요. 물병으로 해결하신 적이 없잖아요. 없나요?
뭐 없죠. 없는데 뭐 이제 그냥 가능한 방법으로는 이제 그런 것들이 있으니까 그렇게 이제 또 해결하기는 좀 그러니까요. 이제 빨리 갔다 와서 경기를 하면 될 것 같고, 어쨌든 간에 연보 선수에게 좀 가장 아쉬운 점은 이게 만약에 이영호 선수였다면은 그쪽에 서플라이트 완전히 그냥 도배를 해냈을 거거든요. 들어오는 길을 완전히 막아놨을 텐데
들어올 거라는 것도 아마 알고 있었을 겁니다. 그래서 서플라이 디포를 때리는 와중에 갔었던 병력의 일부만 남겨놓고 해군을 해서 막아버립니다.
그럼요. 그리고 상대방의 미네랄 확장 기지에는 이미 커맨드 센터가 완성이 돼 있습니다. 그런 식으로 업그레이드가 이제 결국은 계속해서 되고, 상대방의 본진을 그냥 이제 나의 뭔가 진영으로 만들면서 경기를 이제 가져오는 그런 모습들을 많이 보여줬는데, 그렇죠. 좀 그런 점이 아쉬웠어요.
맞습니다. 저 여성분이 그 5주차 지금 32강 A조부터 16강 A조.
Hey, our first face hider. Woohoo!
정말 연습 팬입니다.
Face hider spotted.
있죠. 이게 자리가 이제 항상 앉던 자리에 앉아야지.
For some reason, that makes me think of the face huggers, you know, from the Alien movies. But that's just completely different. Oh man, C is really not happy about that game. Sayle, what do you think is C's weakness in this matchup? I don't know. Well, no, actually I do know. His weaknesses in this matchup is that he plays Terran. Because, you know, in PvT, if you pick Terran, you're gonna have a bad time.
기사가 올라오고 있다고 합니다.
네, 뭐 지난번에도 진짜 많은 분들이 검색을 해주셔서 저희가 검색 순위에 오르는 모습을 보고 굉장히 감격스러워했는데, 그때의 감격을 다시 한번 또 오늘 정도의 경기력이라면 누릴 수 있지 않을까.
그럼요.
Still, did you decide on Golem Classic? Not really. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I probably should do it, but it's just really boring casting VODs for me. Like, I much prefer live streaming where I can talk to people on chat. Casting VODs is just not very interesting.
이렇게 초반부터 사실 연보 선수가 상대 의도를 간파를 했잖아요. 간파를 하고 패배를 했을 때 심리적 타격이 더 큽니다. 그런 것을 극복을 하기 위해서는 마인드 컨트롤을 좀 잘해야 될 것 같아요.
방금 전에 지원에서 달려오면서 그 하객님한테 음료수를 달라고, 약간 마라토너 같은 느낌.
긴 레이스 중에 이제 중간에 이제 음료수
그러니까 중간에 긴 레이스하다 중간에 화장실 들렸다가 오면서 음료수 받아서 가는 거죠 다시.
박태빈 선수가 마라톤 하는데 하객님 같은